So, hello, my name is Tasha Smutney. I am a double gold consultant. I have been in the business since June of 2022. And we're going to talk today for team building about that follow up and how we close prospects, right? This is just as important, if not more important, than actually getting people into the meetings, right? Because people could be interested and hesitant or different things, but we want to follow up correctly and we want to make sure that we're closing them correctly and we know what we can do to do those things, right? So we're going to talk about what your roles are during the meetings, after those presentation meetings, what we do to handle questions and objections, how we close a prospect and what we do, our resources for that. And then moving past that, talking about people that either don't respond, didn't show up, said yes, but never actually signed up, right? The continued follow up we do. I'm going to show you some of the automations I've recently put into place that have really helped me using Calendly. And then long term follow up, what we're looking at. Okay. So first of all, during that meeting, we do have roles, whether you're the presenter or not. And I'm going to tell you honestly, when I'm the presenter, it's harder for me to do this part of it. Okay. But know when you have prospects attending. So if you're somebody who is using Calendly, you very much are able to export that whole list. I put it into a Google Sheets so that I can sort it. I can have it up. I can look at it. I'm really appreciative too that when I'm at work and I can't attend the meeting to see if somebody is in there, because when I am at school, there's zero way that a 10 a.m. meeting or a 2 p.m. meeting, I cannot check prospects. I can't log in. I'm with children in my classroom, right? So I very much appreciate when people who are the presenters take a screenshot of the participants list and put that in our chat as well. That's super helpful. So that's part of the reason I've also started doing that. All right. You do want to, whenever possible, attend that meeting that you know you have people going to. So at the beginning, checking in, checking against your list, who's there, who's not there, so that you can contact the prospects that are not in the meeting and remind them. This is our very first follow up step. Somebody forgot about the meeting. Where are they? Right? And it's as simple as saying, the meeting started, the travel agent meeting started. I don't see your name. Are you in the meeting? Some people log in with different names. Some people don't change their name from their device, no matter what we ask them to do, right? Sometimes just that text, oh, I totally forgot. Or even using Calendly, when they get that Zoom information 3, 4, 5 times from me in reminders, I never got the Zoom info. Yes, you did, but here it is again. Okay. Right. So it does depend how late into the meeting when I hear back from them. If it's like half an hour into the meeting and I hear back from them and they say, I totally forgot or something came up, I'm so sorry. A lot of times people will say to me, can I reschedule? All right. I do offer the reschedule if it's too late. If I haven't heard from them, they don't respond, and I didn't see them in the meeting, I will also, after the meeting, send a text that says, you were scheduled for a meeting this evening that you did not attend. Would you like to reschedule, or would you like to arrange a way to hear the information a different way? We are kind of doing some different things now. We have been very stuck in we've been taught the only way to get people info is in the meeting. Get them to a meeting. It's not 100% true. Sometimes we have to meet people where they're at. I had somebody, it was either yesterday or today. I think it was yesterday. I got the cancellation notice from Calendly. I always go in and look to see what they put as a reason. They're able to put a reason. They put having second thoughts about attending any meetings for an opportunity. I don't know why. Maybe they've been to another meeting before and they felt it wasted their time. Maybe they feel like a meeting is an opportunity that's not legit, right? So I emailed the email that was there. I said, "Hey, I see that you canceled the meeting for tonight. And the reason you put was," and I quoted what she said, "would you prefer to have a one-on-one phone call or Zoom with me to get the information?" And she said, "Oh, that would be so much better." So I said, "Great. I'm in Eastern time zone. I'm also a teacher, so afternoons and weekends work best for me." Letting her know, like real person here, because some people, that's what it is. They've been invited to meetings before and over, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if this is for real. I'm gonna get scammed into something," right? I'm also a teacher. These are my times. Weekends and evenings work best for me. I'm in Eastern time zone. What time this week or weekend would be great for us to connect for about an hour on the phone? I want to leave an hour in case they need that time, right? And she got right back to me and she said, "Wednesday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. I could maybe do something on Sunday if we needed to." Great. I'm scheduled with her tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. to tell her about the opportunity. Now, if you are not a leader, you're not like somebody who does presentations. You're welcome, Jill. If you're not somebody who does presentations and you're not comfortable delivering the information and answering questions, the key part is the answering questions, then don't do that call alone. Or reach out to a gold or a platinum and ask, "Hey, this person would rather do this. Can you help me with it?" Yep, it could be a three-way call, and we're going to talk about those a little bit later in this training. It could also be, and I'm going to show you some things I've done. I have made a video recording of the presentation that's about 18 minutes long that I'm using for different things now, as well as one of my follow-ups 25 hours after the meeting as a recap. There's Now, I would never just send out that video and say, "Hey, here, watch this when you get a chance." I would say, "Do you have about 20 minutes to watch a video about our opportunity?" "Not right now. When will you?" "Oh, I could do that tonight after work." "Great. Text me when you can. I'll send it to you. And then as soon as you're done, we'll get on the phone and follow up about what you saw." I'm keeping in control of the situation. You see at the bottom, I wrote, "If you don't know what the prospect has done or learned about our opportunity, you lose your posture and control of the situation." If I just randomly send out that video, I don't know if they've watched it or not, right? But part of our mindset about this has to shift a little. It's not just get them in a meeting and that's the only way they can get the information. It's not ignore every question they have before the meeting and then they're going to get in the meeting and you wouldn't answer something and they find it out in the first 5 minutes and they're going to leave anyway, right? We got to kind of rethink some of it. So, and we'll talk more about that too, but then if they're in the meeting, if you're checking for somebody who signed up for a meeting, they were in there, check if they stay, especially if they're still there after the fee has been announced. Some people hear the fee, don't even want to know why there's a fee, and they leave immediately. Okay? And in some ways, the meetings are kind of designed to, if this is not the right thing for them, it's kind of designed to get them to leave. It's not right for everyone. You do have to accept that as a team builder, that as much as we love this opportunity and think it could be right for everyone, because it could be, but if somebody's not in a space that they can be open-minded enough to see themselves doing this, or open-minded enough to say, well, I've got this job that I hate that's bringing in money that I could keep doing until I make this business work. We're never going to convince them. And there's some people that, until this is the right time for their brain to accept this type of opportunity, nothing we can do can convince. So you have to know that part of it, that sometimes there's people you just got to let go, right? However, if they're in that meeting, check if they stayed or not, because that determines my response after the meeting, right? If they left at some point during the meeting, right? Maybe they left before the fee was announced. Maybe they lost internet. It might not be that they chose to leave at all, but we do want to contact immediately after the meeting ends or was scheduled to end, right? If they did stay, we're doing that, that typical script first response. Hey, it's Tasha, the person who invited you to the travel agent meeting. What did you like best? Or what did you like about the information? If they left, hey, I see you were in the meeting, but you left halfway through. Did you have a connection issue? Was there something that you were confused about and decided not to stay? Then we know how to proceed, because hopefully they respond. Now, if somebody responds, yeah, you're a scam, bye. Okay, I'm going to block you. It happens, right? But if they're like, oh, I wanted to stay, but, you know, my kid came in, they bumped their head and I needed to take care of it. Or I wanted to stay, but my power went out. I'm so sorry to hear that. Would you like to schedule another meeting, or would you like to get on the phone to talk about this? We can respond differently based on why they left. If they just left because they said, I don't want to pay for a job, I can still respond to that, because they didn't completely say they didn't want this opportunity. They said they didn't want what they're perceiving this to be. Whereas, you know, myself, other people who've been doing this a really long time can help you work with that answer, right? So we have to be open-minded of meeting people where they're at, reading into why, and let us help you read it into it, right? This is where we come into handling questions and objectives. So first of all, before the meeting, I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody asks me, is this commission based or is there a salary? I no longer say, that's a great question. Everything will be covered in the meeting. Why? Why conceal that this is a commission-based opportunity when that's exactly what it is? And they're just going to be like, why couldn't she have just answered me? When they could have been open to it, even if I said, yes, it's commission-based. But now, because they feel like I deceived them or kept something from them, they're no longer open to the opportunity when they could have been. Is this going to cost me money? Well, you'll be investing in starting your own business, so there is a monthly fee. I do answer questions ahead of time now, because why just upset somebody who's then going to send me a nasty text after the fact because of it? That's my thought process on that. Does it mean sometimes people don't go to the meeting? Yes. Does it mean I ever stop contacting them? No. Right? But after the meeting is when we get most of the questions or objections. And it's coming from a few places from people. Number one, we have the people who don't believe in themselves being able to do this, right? Number two, we have the people who are skeptical. Is this for real? Sounds too good to be true, so it must not be. What's the catch? And then we do have the people that are looking at it logically, and they really don't have the money, right? Those are like the three biggest categories of people. Then we have some people that are like, you know what, I really want to do this. it's not the right time. And I've had people say that to me and they come back to me like, hey, I'm traveling, I'm moving my house. I need to start this September 1st. I got a bunch of people within the last week that have signed up because they told me they were waiting till September. And they did. And they signed up. That's a different category, right? But we want to make sure if they're telling us they're waiting to a certain point, communication, stay in contact with them. Give yourself a reminder alert. I'm telling you right now, I use my phone all the time. I hold the side and I say, set a reminder to send enrollment link to, I say their name, I say the phone number on September 30th. If I don't do that, I don't remember to do it. But show them, hey, she remembered me. I have somebody who signed up who's awesome right now, recently, who said, thank you so much for not forgetting about me when I told you I couldn't sign up till September. Right? Make notes of those things. But when we're talking about handling the objections, that's a different kind of close, right? No matter how experienced you are at building, please get help. We really do want you reaching out to the golds and the platinums because we've just interacted with more people. We've talked to more people about this opportunity. We know that sometimes their questions don't always mean what you think they do. The way they're asking something may be conveying a different concern than they're actually stating. Let us help you with the close and the questions. If you're getting objections, people might be looking for a specific response or reassurance that you're not able to read into yet as a newer builder. And just like we tell the people we're mentoring, no one has to or should be doing this alone. All right? We are a team for a reason, and we are a strong team who cares about helping people. Yeah, the paycheck is nice from being a team builder, but that's not why most of us do it, right? We're actually putting in the care. We actually really put in the time and effort because we care about these people being successful, right? So let us all work together. I'm telling you right now, Michaela, Lynette, Julie, Faith, and I, we are in a gold and platinum group text. We all screenshot each other and say, hey, I'd like a second opinion on how to respond to this. And we've been doing this for years. Don't feel like asking for help is a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength that you care about getting better at doing this. We do want you, when people are having those questions and objectives after a meeting, screenshot it to somebody. It will make a difference in your close rate. And it's going to make a huge difference when potentially people who are getting tons of numbers of people into meetings, if those numbers start dwindling, because there are ebbs and flows in this, and you have less potential people, it's going to make a huge difference on which of those potentials could have been closed that didn't get closed if you didn't ask for help. Okay? When you are working with our leaders, pay attention to how we answer questions. Keep like a notepad, whether digital or not, copy and paste them in notes. Hey, here's responses to certain questions, right? Like copy what the prospect said and copy the response, save it on your computer somewhere. Now you're going to have responses to that same question and you don't have to wait for someone to respond. But also it's helping you learn how to fix those responses. Arrange a 3-way call with one of our leaders or with Charles Lee, who's working towards 6-star platinum. He is a 5-star platinum. He's working towards 6-star. He has earned over $1 million from the team building side of this business. Oh, let me fix that too. Told you I was making these in a couple hours before our training tonight. All right. Get help. I'm going to tell you right now, if I need to close someone, I'm calling Charles Lee. I don't care that I have brought in hundreds of people into this business. Somebody who has more experience than me wants to help me, I'm taking the help. Right? Why not? Now, when we talk about these three-way calls for the close, I did it again. I think my computer might have auto-corrected that, is what actually happened. Three-way calls. Number one, it's super important that you understand edification. Edification is the art of introducing somebody and giving them credit as to why you're bringing them in. So you're going to schedule that call. You're going to contact whoever you're going to use for that call, and you're going to schedule it. And then you're going to say, how would you like me to introduce you to this prospect? How would you like to be edified? Because maybe you don't know everything about them. I'm telling you right now, Kim told me that Charles would like something completely different than I would have ever thought. He doesn't care anything about rank. He doesn't care about saying he's $1 million earner. He cares about saying, I love helping people. I've been very successful at helping people. I've brought a lot of people in and made a lot of money. Right? What's going to make that person on the phone say, all right, this person's important and they're here because they have more experience, right? You're either going to call the leader or the prospect first. Usually I'd say get the leader on the call, whoever you're doing that three-way call with. Say, all right, I'm going to call them and then I'll bring you in, right? Now, I would bring them in before you, like, as you're introducing them, right? Say, hey, I'm connecting, I'm connecting Charles Lee onto this call. He is someone who has blah, 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 blah. You're edifying them. They have more experience in handling the types of questions you're asking and you're concerned about. So I'm going to let them talk to you about it. And then you shut up. You let that leader talk and handle that close, and you listen and you learn. Now, I don't really mean shut up in that hard way. You know what I mean? But you just listen. I did this a ton when I was a newer builder. Tons of three-way calls. And even now, sometimes I'm like, I think about the things that were said and I'm like, I never would have thought to say that. I never would have thought that when they said that, they really meant this about a concern. We just pay attention and listen. We don't interrupt what they're saying. We don't interject our thoughts. We called them to make the close. Let them make the close and pay attention. Now, if after the fact you want to let the prospect hang up and then you say, hey, Charles, when you said this, what made you say this? Because I didn't think that's what they wanted to hear. Ask them for feedback. Ask them for a debrief of the phone call, if you will, so that you can learn, right? Ask them. Don't ever discredit that there's people who know more than all of us, right? I'm going to tell you right now, Charles Lee has put himself out there. Don't even think about calling me for a three-way. Call him, right? Why use one of us on our team when you've got somebody who's done way more of this And he used to get people to sign up. He didn't do presentations. He did personalized phone calls to talk to people about this opportunity. And that's what he would do. And he lives the motto of people. This is about people and changing the lives of people. Right? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure he loves all the money he has. But he more loves what he's been able to do with this company and how he's been able to help other people and change their lives. Why would we not use that power of other people who have more experience, right? So that's really important. Now, when we have people that say yes, we want to get them signed up using our welcome scripts and onboard them properly. I do have the recording of our new sign up with Start Me. I did put that up. If you don't know where to find it, I can post it again for people, or you can ask me for it. You can also go on, it might be hard to find on my YouTube because all of my team building stuff I've started posting unlisted because we don't need to train other people how to team build, right? But you do want to onboard them properly, get them started properly, right? And we do a whole training on that, but just in general, make sure that they have the welcome script that includes how to get on Start Me. Make sure that they know how to be connected with the team. Check in with them within 24 hours. Make sure that in that first week, you're setting up a one-on-one call with them once they've done their certificate, right? As soon as they get that certificate done, great. When's a good time this week that we could talk so that we can get to know them? It's also going to help you with things like including the questions, what are your goals with this business financially? Are you interested in the team building side? We ask them in that initial call so we know who our potential builders are. Okay? Because the longer they're in, sometimes that's a harder conversation. Coming from somebody who doesn't have builders really under them, and I need to get some. Because the longer they're in, the longer it is to bring it up. Or the longer they're like, nah, I'm doing all right without it. You know what I mean? So we can ask things like, hey, are you concerned about the monthly fee? Hey, I see that every month your account goes inactive for a few days and you have to find another way to pay for it. Let's get you team building so you don't have to worry about that anymore. So that there isn't a time when you go inactive and miss a commission payday, right? But we connect with them right away. Find out who they are. Find out about, are they working another job or is this it? Do they have kids at home? What's their life like and what might be their obstacles doing this in that initial call? Right? In that, you want that before the end of their first week. It's also to make sure, you know, is there anything they're confused on? Are they super overwhelmed? Do they know how to find information on the travel agent perks and discounts so that we can build value for them? Value in those perks, even if they're not making a booking right away and bringing in money. Value in, hey, do you know how we can make instant commission or where you can find trainings on it? Different ways that we can help them feel comfortable, but also like, hey, this person's going to help me no matter what. I also explain, my mentoring style. Like, hey, I'm here for you whenever you need me, but I'm also not going to badger you and ask you if you need help. You have to let me know. That's all part of onboarding them properly and getting them comfortable on the team. Now, we do have continued follow-up. This is for the people that you either didn't hear back from. You don't know if they might not have attended. They maybe attended, they left early. They didn't, whatever the case may be. So there's research that shows that it really takes up to 4 points of contact for somebody to get on board with what you're doing. One follow-up's not enough for those people that are undecided. It typically takes 4 points of contact. So I've recently started changing up my follow-ups, and I will show you. I know Michaela did a training last week how she's using Calendly, and I got a lot from her in what I'm doing. But immediately after the meeting, we do follow up, whether they were there or not. If they didn't respond when I asked why they weren't there, I still follow up at the end of that meeting. All right, 25 hours after the meeting, so a little more than a day, I have a follow-up, then 48 hours, then 72 hours. I also do an end of the month where I do a BCC email to all prospects that were in meetings that month. And occasionally I do more than just that month. I've had times where I spend hours copying and pasting emails. Now I need to just make an email list so that it doesn't take me that long anymore. It's on my list of things to do. But following up, when the price was going to change last year at the end of November, I reached out to every single person that was scheduled on my Calendly that didn't sign up and didn't blatantly tell me, no, leave me alone. Everyone from January through November that attended a meeting or didn't attend that signed up on my Calendly and said, hey, now's the time before our price increases. And right after Christmas is the huge, biggest booking time of the year. So yes, I followed up with every single person and I got people signed up or reinterested and said, I'd like to go to another meeting, whatever the case is. So let me show you, let me pull up my Calendly. Because I recently have done this. So, hey, Calendly. I have also recently I've gotten some applicants from Latin America in countries that are here. I've put the meeting that Chris Trujillo does once a week in Spanish. I put that meeting on my Calendly for people who need it in Spanish. Okay. So in my Calendly, let me go into edit event. I have workflows. So first we have our basic, all of the normal things: email confirmation, email cancellation, the email reminder 1 hour before, the text reminder 30 minutes, my email follow-up. Just in case anyone wants to see my email follow-up. It just says, I hope you found the information helpful in making a decision about whether you'd like to pursue a career with us. Please reach out to me if you're ready to get started or have questions with my phone number. You can enroll, and I put whichever account I currently want to be building. I change it. I change it as needed. If you are unable to attend or got disconnected and would like to reschedule, please use the link below to reschedule. So I'll put this in case anybody doesn't have this kind of follow-up. We want to give them the opportunity to both sign up or reschedule, right? So that's what I have as my right after the meeting. The meeting ends at 7 p.m. It goes out at 7:01. All right. Now, if we look at my workflows, I have them going. Let me go back here because it's easier to look a different way. I have them going out both in text and in email. I do it both ways because some people don't pay attention to email, and texts have to have less. The texts have less, like a word count less. You can't put as much, right? But also some people put a landline, right? So my first one that goes out is 24 hours after the meeting. Email additional resources is what it's called. All right. 24 hours after the meeting. Here's what I send. Now, this is the template I have. The subject is check out additional information regarding the event name. Now thank you for attending. Here's a video recap of the information I wanted to share with you. Let me fix that while I'm here. This is a video that I made that is a version of the presentation. Hello. It's an 18-minute video of the presentation. I condensed it. I made a video of it. Michaela made her own as well. Now, ours are not the same. They're not the same. They're both from us. However, that is something that if you're not wanting to make your own, or if you wanted to see what we had, I would be more than happy to let anyone use mine, because I end it with, if I'm not the person who invited you to the meeting, please reach back out to them. I do say that in there. All right. Please feel free to text me after you watch your video to schedule a time to talk about the opportunity or with any additional questions. If you're ready to sign up, here's the link. And that is the current one I need to build on. It's my third account. I'm only at 9. I have no cushion. Right? So, and I do include the cancel and reschedule links. I believe they can reschedule their event is what it is. All right. If they needed to reschedule. I also send this out in a text. Let me go back to my other workflows. So it's 24 hours. I put 25, but I do put this out 24 hours before, 24 hours after the meeting. I had someone this weekend, we were scheduled to have a phone call Saturday because she texted me and said, hey, I have some additional questions. Would it be possible to talk to you on the phone about them? I said, yeah, let's schedule a time. I texted her about 15 minutes before the meeting. And I said, hey, is it still going to be a good time to talk to you in about 15 minutes? And she said, actually, I got your video and it answered all my questions. I'm ready to sign up. Saved me a phone call and it answered her questions, right? So I email it and I also text it. What's that one different? I do something else 24 hours. I do 24 hours and then 25 hours after. See, I don't even remember what I did. I knew when I did it, but there's been a lot going on this week. So I called this workflow request follow-up meeting, right? 24 hours after. So they get something 24 hours, then 25 hours. Thank you for attending. And it just says, if you want to talk about it, you can sign up. I think I had put that one in before I did the video, and that's why there's 2. I should probably take one away. All right, now, cancel. I'm not changing anything. At 48 hours, maybe that's why. One of them's supposed to be 48 hours. I have my timings wrong. All right. Marketing and return. One's a text, one's an email. I made a short video that I said, let's talk about the biggest concerns that I have people say when they're thinking about becoming a travel agent. Again, these are unlisted on my YouTube. This is 15 minutes. I talk about people being worried about the investment and not getting a return on their money and being worried about clients. And I just talked. And I also screen shared. Hey, here's how you can do instant commissions. I found great, like really good, big difference ones, like $1,000 difference. Okay. This one actually, no, I found this one. $5,454 difference. But then I showed like another one that wasn't as much, right? And I showed them how people can get a return on their investment. I also showed Marriott Fantastic rates where they can get discounts. All right. And then I talked about, well, that's a horrible paused part of the video. Then I talked about how I use my social media to get clients and other things I do. How we have things that will automatically post to our social media. So I did a video addressing their concerns because we're learning more. And how we join groups. I was showing that we join groups that we post in. how we're learning more that people, why they're not reaching out, right? So common concerns about becoming a travel agent. This goes out. I believe this was, I need to change when this one goes out. This one goes out. There's too many things at 72 hours. That's what I need to change. So let me look. Because then I send my book. My book is the one that should be 48 hours. So let me edit this one. This is the book I got from Nina and Randy. Okay. This one is a text. I do have a website page, a landing page, because I have created a funnel through, why did that not copy? I created a funnel through Canva, a very simple one. Why are you not letting me go to it? For some reason it doesn't want to let me paste it from there, but let me do this. I'll do this. Let me check the other one. But this one's sent as a text. And then the other one, let me fix the other one. They should be at 48 hours for the book. Email, book, and then the reasons they're concerned, I'm doing at 72. So they're getting 4 different points of contact from me after the meeting. Because research shows it takes that much. There's a link. I can just click the link. So I have this link to my website as a page they can click to. And it's all the info, including a link to register for a Calendly, if for some reason they haven't already done that, right? Information. If none of these times work for you, please reach out for me either a one-on-one call or to see a video of the presentation. There's my number, right? Little about me, make it personal. Now this, I'm going to tell you, has been copied right from Nina's book. In about us, I added the video about our company that's in our presentation, why we chose Archer, 20 specific reasons to choose them over other host agencies. So I send this out. This is also getting them, if they're not already in my funnel, it's getting them in there, right? Few examples of travel perks that I've used in the past year, right? Actual examples I've used or other people, my team has used. In addition to earning commission on my own travel, here are some commission examples. All right, different things. If you're not already a member, I encourage you to follow my Facebook page. Click here to follow. Our benefits, Disney benefits, all the stuff, how much it costs. We're being transparent here, right? This way too, if somebody didn't come to the meeting, they're still getting all the info as a follow-up. They're still getting it. They can schedule a meeting. They can become an agent today. My Become an Agent Today brings them to a second Popple page that I can change just this one, the sign up now, to whatever leg I'm currently building on. Oh, I need to fix it. Why is it doing that? It's the right thing. It was working and then it stopped working. I feel like I have to fix it often. For some reason, it has that in front of it. I'll fix it again. Yeah, I'll give you this page. I'll also give you my whole website. But I'm doing more things that are now automated follow-ups as well. I needed that going back to school. I'm putting way more into my business than I was a year ago. So the back to school time as a teacher is insane. I had to get some automations in, right? So these are right in Calendly. And I know that Michaela did a training last week on this, and I think she recorded it, how she set all of this up. But it's also going, even though it's in English, it's also going to that Spanish meeting. People who sign up for the Spanish meeting as well. Okay. So that's where I'm doing these follow-ups. the 24 hours, the 48 hours, the 72 hours. So that I'm like, oh, and they can opt out. They can opt out of them. So I'm not worried about that part of it. Even though some people still say, please take me off your mailing list. I'm like, you can click the link in the email. It'll take you off, you know? As far as this end of the month, let me see if I can find, I've got 12,000 things here. End of the month. Here it is. End of the month to prospects. I need to update this so that it now goes to just that page. Because now I have more than one meeting on here. Copy. It has two videos. I'm also going to add in here, please check out my page. So if I go here, I don't know why that's showing up that color. That's weird, but this is similar to what I will send out the end of the month. The spacing's going to be horrible on the Zoom chat, but so I have this page on my linked to my main website. I have a landing page for my main website, and on there I do a short video saying who I am, and then one side says book travel with me, and then there's another button that says become an agent. So they go one of two ways. So I have this page. I do talk here a little bit. I'm finding the more we can personalize and show we're real people, the more we're drawing people in too. Okay. So a quote, I have my about me. I have what we offer compared to other host agencies, right? I have a space still waiting for Kim to do my why I've been helpful to her. But I have this, and if I have more agents, I'm going to add a whole nother row of other agents. Have you seen this fabulous picture of Kathy? Look at that fabulous picture. It's amazing. And she's like, I could write you a whole book. I said, well, you have this much space, right? But how I've helped people, like showing validity to me as a mentor. I updated this last night. This is live on my website. Now open in the UK, click for more info. But if they're not clicking there, I have how to become an agent. This brings them to my book. Schedule a meeting brings them to Calendly. But for both of these, when they click them, first, it brings them, I need to fix that because I have a page that they can do this built already in. It's embedded in there. And then it says, choose. Oh no, this one they do this way. And then when they submit it, I'm going to submit it so I can show you. I didn't realize what I can do. That's not my, I typed my own name wrong. What you can do when you do a Google form, you can have a response like this. Your information has been recorded. Please go here to schedule a meeting. It has my Calendly link. I'm now collecting emails into one place when they sign up. However, if they want to get the guide, same thing. They fill it out. I don't need all of it, but you know, because I know it's me. When I click submit, now it says go here to get the guide to becoming a travel agent, and it brings them to my book page. So that's that funnel, right? I also at the bottom have follow me on. That's my Facebook group. I'm ready to sign up. I have that everywhere. So if they're ready to sign up, they can sign up. I need to apparently fix my Popple, but that's okay. But when I click, now I have my UK now open. Here's the video from Reggie that they sent us. I copied and pasted the whole press release. so people have the information about the UK. Everything that was in that press release. And then I have those same 2 links to my book and to schedule a Calendly meeting. Right? This is also helping me automate things. Now that's for prospects, not so much for for my follow-ups, but some of my follow-ups bring them to places within this funnel I've created, right? So really helping with keeping in contact with people. So following up with those who said yes, but didn't sign up. I follow up 24 hours after the link was sent. Hey, I haven't seen your enrollment come through yet. When do you plan on signing up? I'd like to set aside time to help you launch your business, right? If they respond and tell me when, I make sure I follow up with them the day they said they'd be ready, right? Great. You said you'll be ready next week on Friday. I'll send you the updated enrollment link next Friday morning. And then I send it next Friday morning and it says, hey, you said you'd be ready to get started today. Here's the enrollment link to get going. Let me know when you have it done so I can give you the getting started steps. If they don't respond, I put them back into that, hey, let's reach out to them once a week, once a month. They're in that big prospect email at the end of the month because they're still on my Calendly list of people who went to a meeting or said they were going to a meeting, right? So let me do this.